Artemer is not responsible for any misconceptions caused by this series. We all want to play the best games, right? But nobody has time to sit through hours and hours of reviews and reading and all of that nonsense trying to find all the information about games on the internet. I mean, really.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So, I came up with this fantastic solution to the problem. I review games without even bothering to do all of that work. I just go straight to the Steam page, I tell you exactly what it is, and whether or not you should buy it. That's the plan, that's what we're doing. We're judging a game by its Steam. Here we go. The first game I'm going to be reviewing is called Outlast. As this is a new series, I should really explain how this is going to work. I am going to judge the 5 different aspects of the Steam page. I'm going to judge the videos, the screenshots, the features, the About the Game section, and the system requirements. Based on those 5 categories, and the rating that I give to each, I am going to give an overall rating for the game's Steam page, and then attempt to guess the story of the game with as many spoilers as possible. That's what we're going to do. So without any further ado, let us watch the trailer for Outlast. So, having literally just now watched the trailer, I must say I'm in some ways impressed. The beginning was very, very average. Lots and lots of sort of background information nonsense. It was all very good. And then the animation quality picked up because you actually started seeing animations and seeing the world, and it looked fantastic. But then they went into first-person's perspective, and I lost all hype because it slowed down far too much. Jump scares occurred at precisely the moments that you expected them to occur, all because the music cued it way too much. All in all, I must say I have to give that trailer a 1 out of 2. The next major area of the Steam page is, of course, the screenshots. And I've got to say, I'm not particularly impressed. They're quite good as far as screenshots go, but they don't leave anything to the imagination. They're all very, very obvious environments, and very, very obvious things, subject matter, essentially. Everything is right there in front of you, and nothing particularly hides from the eye. There's no intriguing little detail. And so again, I'm going to have to give the screenshots a 1 out of 2. Our third segment up for review is, of course, the Features panel on the right-hand side of the Steam page. It shows the title of the game as Outlast. Well, that's good, because that's what the title is. The genre, putting it as an action-adventure indie. Always like a good indie. Publisher is none. Well, it is an indie. Who'da thunk? The release date for the 4th of September 2013, and languages available in English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, and Russian. Only English with full audio support, however. Lastly, it has single player, Steam Cloud, captions available, and full controller support. Now I gotta love those captions available, so consequently I'm giving this panel a 2 out of 2. And now we get into the nitty-gritty parts about the game. Hell is an experiment you cannot survive in Outlast, a first-person survival horror game developed by veterans of some of the biggest game franchises in history. As investigative journalist Miles Upshur explore Mount Massive Asylum and try to survive long enough to discover its terrible secret, if you dare. Synopsis. In the remote mountains of Colorado, horrors wait inside Mount Massive Asylum, a long-abandoned home for the mentally ill, recently reopened by the Research and Charity branch of the transnational Murkoff Corporation. The asylum has been operating in strict secrecy until now. Acting on a tip from an anonymous source, independent journalist Miles Upshur breaks into the facility, and what he discovers walks a terrifying line between science and religion, nature and something else entirely. Once inside, his only hope of escape lies with the terrible truth at the heart of Massive Mountain. Outlast is a true survival horror experience, which aims to show that the most terrifying monsters of all come from the human mind. Features. True survival horror experience. You are no fighter. If you want to survive the horrors of the asylum, your only chance is to run or hide. Immersive graphics. AAA quality graphics give players a detailed, terrifying world to explore. Hide and seek. Stealth-based gameplay with parkour-inspired platforming elements. Unpredictable enemies. Players cannot know when or from where one of the asylum's terrifying inhabitants will finally catch up to them. Real horror. Outlast settings and characters are inspired by real asylums and cases of criminal insanity. Warning! Outlast contains intense violence, gore, graphic sexual content, and strong language. Please enjoy. I gotta say, that about the game is about as generic as possible, including Mount Massive Asylum. Like, I'm not gonna fault you on what you name things in your game, but I am gonna fault you about what you name things in your game. And Mount Massive, is that a real place? If it is, I blame real life, because that shouldn't be a thing. But, with that said, everything else here is pretty solid. I'm feeling the vibes. I'm not typically a survival horror, a survival horror game player myself, but I'm kind of getting excited. Kind of want to play this game now. It's making me more and more interested in what happens, and that's exactly what it should be doing. I give this section a 2 out of 2. And our final section here is the system's requirements. Now, I'm gonna let you work this out for yourself, because I haven't got a clue, and because of that, I give it a 1 out of 2. And the tallies are in. This game, Outlast, has scored a total score of 7 out of 10. But wait, I said I'd tell you the story, didn't I? Well, you, hang on, let me find the name, Miles Upshaw, are an investigative journalist. Yeah, you didn't even realize, did you? You're an investigative journalist. You got a camera with night vision. That is the first plot twist. You decide, because you can, to break into a place that is strictly off limits, and happens to be an insane asylum. Shit goes down in that insane asylum. That is plot twist number 2. Shit is crazy. It's not just insane, but it's insane. There's blood and knives and crazy people. Knives are the things that you gotta watch out for, though, because crazy people you expect in an asylum. Knives you don't want at all. So plot twist number 3, there are knives. Finally, it turns out, as you reach the very core of the game, the center of the mountain, the pinnacle of everything, the final plot twist is Miles realizes that he was never outside of the asylum. He was crazy the entire time. Also, he decided that it was a really bad idea to go digging in a mountain, because why would you do that? And so he goes back to his cell and lives happily ever after.